So for today in social studies, you are reading chapters 16 through, or pages, 16 through 19 in the Bank On It booklet. You're going to start with the ATM and debit cards section. If you are wondering why I read that yesterday, it was just to give you a preview into it. But today is the day where you're really going to learn a little more about it. ATM and debit cards. An ATM card allows you to make deposits and withdrawals from checking and savings. You can usually check your account balance, print statements, and transfer funds between the accounts. Some ATM cards can even be used in stores that accept ATM cards in your bank's network. It works just like a debit card, but it's not as widely available. A debit card, also known as a check card, usually displays a MasterCard or Visa logo. It has all the functions of an ATM card, plus it allows you to pay for goods and services at locations that accept MasterCard or Visa credit cards. It looks like a credit card, but it is not. Your purchases are immediately withdrawn from your account. When you use a debit card to make a purchase, the retailer may ask you to choose whether the process is a transaction labeled as debit, where you input your personal identification number, or credit, where you sign a receipt in place of entering your PIN. Either way, expect the amount of the purchase to be taken out of your checking account immediately. Check with your bank to find out whether there are any fees or incentives for credit transactions versus debit. Another kind of card that can be confused with ATM or debit cards is a stored value or a prepaid card. Prepaid cards often have the logo of one of the major payment systems, like American Express, Discover, MasterCard, or Visa. These branded cards can be used at any merchant or ATM that accepts cards issued through their respective network to pay for goods or services. These cards do not link to your bank account. Therefore, money must be loaded onto these cards, and the value on the card goes down with each purchase. Common types of prepaid or stored value cards include general purpose cards purchased from retailers. Some come with a set value, while others require you to load or add money to the card after obtaining it. Gift cards purchased in fixed amounts. Unlike most other prepaid cards, these can only be redeemed for purchases from particular stores or restaurants. Payroll cards, used by an employer to pay wages instead of giving you a paper paycheck. Payroll cards are different from other types of prepaid cards because you do not need to purchase them or pay activation fees since your employer provides the card. Government disbursement cards provided by government agencies to pay benefits, or, for example, unemployment or Social Security. Be cautious before selecting a prepaid card instead of a checking account for basic banking needs. Many prepaid cards have hidden fees or fewer protections than traditional bank accounts. A checking account also offers an easy way to build savings through regular transfers to a savings account. Additional banking services. Banks provide additional services with some deposit accounts and may charge a fee for these services. It is important to keep track of the fees charged, if any. The following are common services that banks offer: direct deposit, money orders, telephone and online banking, ATMs, money transfers, debit cards, prepaid cards, loans or remittances. Activity 3. We're going to go ahead and skip and go to privacy notices and opting out. Your information is private. Federal law requires financial institutions to keep your personal financial information private. The general public does not have access to your personal financial information. Federal privacy gives you the right to stop or opt out of some sharing of your personal financial information. Privacy notices explain how financial institutions and companies handle and share your personal financial information. They explain what information can be collected and how you can possibly limit your information from being shared with other companies. You will receive an initial privacy notice when you open an account and then every year afterwards. Opting out. If you prefer to limit the promotions you receive, or if you do not want marketers and others to have your personal financial information, you must, step 1, review the privacy notice to determine whether the company shares information with others, and if so, how you can opt out. Step 2, tell the credit reporting agencies not to share your information with lenders and insurers who use the information to decide whether to send you unsolicited offers of credit or insurance. You can also opt out of receiving pre-screened offers by calling 1-888-5-OPT-OUT or visiting optoutprescreen.com. If you opt out, you limit the extent to which your company can provide your personal financial information to non-affiliates or groups outside the company. You cannot opt out and completely stop the flow of all your personal financial info. The law permits financial companies to share certain information with you about giving you or without giving you the right to opt out. Among other things, your financial company can provide to the following non-affiliates information about you to firms that help promote and market the company's own products or products offered under a joint agreement between two financial companies, records of your transactions, including your loan payments and credit card or debit card purchases, to firms that provide data processing and mailing services for your company, information about you in response to a court order, your payment history on loans and credit cards to credit reporting agencies. That concludes our reading for today. You're going to go back to today's lesson and complete the activity there, and then you're done.